Hey everybody, it's Maria. Welcome back to the channel. How's it going? We're gonna go ahead and continue abacab with Man on the Corner. Let me go ahead and move myself. You know, this will be okay because I gotta keep these logos in the shot. And I honestly just don't feel like adjusting them. I know I'm feeling a little lazy here. We're gonna continue with Man on the Corner. And if you remember my But Seriously video that I did, which is at the end of its cycle right now. I spoke about Another Day in Paradise. On that video, I mentioned that Phil Collins and the rest of Genesis were on tour, probably during this album cycle, and he saw some guys at Washington D.C. Just sitting there on the steps or wherever the world, and he talks to the driver like, "What are all these people doing here?" And the driver goes, "This is where they live." And then that stuck with him. And then I think he had stated that this was the that was the origin of this track. And then later on, of course, Another Day in Paradise. But Another Day in Paradise helped a lot more people because they used it in like organizations used it in like ad campaigns to raise money for the homeless. And Phil Collins, whatever money he raised during his shows, he would double it to help with the homeless and all that stuff. Hell, even Miley Cyrus herself has an organization called the Happy Hippie Foundation, and I do believe that's how it started. Like, she wanted to help LGBTQ plus people that were homeless because of their sexual orientation. So I think it's cool how Miley and Phil have a little something in common. Not exactly the same, but I think that's cool that they're trying to reach those goals, but in different ways. But with all that said, enough of my chit chat. Let's get into Man on the Corner. All rights go to Genesis. Okay. Mic check. Noise check. Everything's good. Okay. If you like this kind of content, subscribe. There's plenty more. And yes, I have done this album before, but that was when I was just using my phone to release the content. So now you guys are getting the OBS edition. I hope you like it. See the lonely man there on the corner. What he's waiting for, I don't know. But he waits every day now. He's just waiting for something to show. Nobody knows him. And nobody cares. 'Cause there's no hiding place. There's no hiding place for you. Looking everywhere at no one. He sees everything and nothing at all. Oh, when he shouts, nobody listens. Where he leads, no one will go. Oh, he's a lonely man there on the corner. What he's waiting for, I don't know. But he waits every day now. He's just waiting for something to show. Oh, nobody knows him. And nobody cares. 'Cause there's no hiding place. There's no hiding place for you and me. Are we just like all the rest? We're looking too hard for something he's got, or moving moving too fast to rest. But like the monkey on your back, you need it. But do you love it enough to leave it? Ah, just like the lonely man there on the corner. What he's waiting for, I don't know. Oh, but he waits every day now. He's just waiting for that something to show. Oh, he's a lonely man there on the corner. Oh, what he's waiting for, I don't know. But he's there every day now. He's just waiting for something to show. Oh, who's the lonely man there on the corner? What he's waiting for, I don't know. Oh, but he waits every day now. He's just waiting for that something to show. And look, it says songwriters Phil Collins. Now, okay, I wouldn't say that Tony and Mike didn't have their part to play in helping write this one, but this one was more close to Phil than it was to Mike and Tony. So I wouldn't be surprised if they did more of the instrumental part of it where Phil just wrote the lyrics. Okay, let's talk about it a little bit. I like that part where he's like the monkey on your back, you need it, but do you love it enough to leave it? I like that line because you can be homeless for multiple different reasons. Um, you could be homeless due to financial, you lost your house in a fire or something happened where you don't live in your house anymore, or you got kicked out of your parents' house for A, B, and C, or you can do what Phil implied. It could be a drug problem. Like, yeah, I'm not. But like, let's just say hypothetically, let's just say I was addicted to, I don't know, something hard like methamphetamine. I've seen, most people not only get kicked out of their house, you know, the only thing they're thinking about is their drug of choice. Like, how am I gonna get my next hit of the hypothetical methamphetamine, as opposed to I gotta pay the rent, I gotta pay the lights, I gotta pay this, I gotta pay that, and that's what Phil is calling into question. Like, not just regular homelessness, but it could be just drug induced, or somebody kicked you out of the house where you have no place to live. So Phil is really painting that picture of being like, you know, he's trying to point his finger at, like, trying to show a person like, hey, this person is homeless. What are you going to do about it? And like I said, Phil has always written his songs out of, especially the more political ones, being like, hey, this bothers me. Does it bother anybody else? Let's start a conversation. So I like how he started a conversation way back. And this one was released, I think, before Face Value, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not 100% sure. Let's ask the phone. Alright, FYI, my bonus mom was kind enough to help me get a phone wallet, which actually feels pretty nice. Thank you. Which album came out first? Abacab by Genesis or Face Value by Phil Collins? Oh, okay. Why is it nicknamed Avocado? Okay, so Face Value actually came out first. So Face Value was released in February 1981, where Abacab was released in September. Okay. And if you want to be more specific, Face Value came out on February 13th, 1981, where the Genesis album released September 18th, 1981. Um, so Phil is, really starting to feel the success of a solo career. Like, In the Air Tonight is blowing up at the peak of its power, and all that stuff. And I love how Phil had stated that Genesis don't rest on their laurels. They're not like, oh, my album's doing better than your album. Da 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 da. Phil, has stated before. Phil had said, oh, In the Air Tonight has reached number 2 on the Billboard charts. And the rest of Genesis would go, yeah, but it's only got like 3 quarters in it to put, not keep him down, but put him down a peg so he doesn't get too arrogant. So I like that. I really do like that. What did you guys think of Man on the Corner? Yes, I'm still learning the Hellstorm album. It may take me a couple more weeks or so to learn it because understand I have a life outside of this. I've got medical stuff to take care of. So if I don't do it as fast as you like, please forgive me. But I still got to learn the album. So I'm doing this real quick while my dad goes and gets the kids too. So I'll be busy this weekend as of this recording. Let's see. What is today's date? The 22nd is when this was recorded. So give me some time. Let me marinate with the album. Because I understand Hillstorm released their album. I think 3 Days Grace is releasing an album. Let me know if you want me to do that. And I Prevail is on the cusp of releasing an album because they've released a few singles already. So let me know if you want me to do some 3 Days Grace or I Prevail. I Prevail is going to get done regardless. But if you want it sooner rather than later, I need to hear some commentary from you guys. Say, hey, do I Prevail first? No, do some 3 Days Grace first. Or if there's an album of 3 Days Grace that is before the new one that you want me to tackle, please let me know and I'll look into it. But you have got to use your voices in the comments down below. That is what it's there for. And I don't know what you guys are doing on my gaming channel, but thank you guys for kicking ass over there. The watch hours have went up to like 58 in the last 30 days. And it's steadily going up and up and up. I don't know what the hell it is. Maybe you guys just like Lego stuff. I don't know. But I'm glad you enjoy it, and I thank you guys for helping both channels out. All that said, I'm out of here. Peace out.